Hey everybody. Today I wanted to talk about a childhood story of mine, and it has to do with my grandfather. And he had a nice house in New York, and the staircase was like really, just to give you an idea of the house, the staircase was like really long, and it was fun as a kid to run up the stairs. Then when you went to the top of the stairs, you'd slide down the stairs on your butt. It would be like the best, just like woo, whoosh. And so my grandfather, not only did he have an awesome staircase to slide down, but he had a garden in the back, and he also had rabbits in cages, and he had all these cages and all these rows with all these rabbits. And I don't know if he bought them or what it was. He probably did buy them. Though my parents told this story where they're like, "Oh yeah, your grandfather's really fast. He can catch a lot of rabbits." And I was like, "Really, at his age?" And my parents were just pulling my leg, but I was, a kid. But that's besides the point. So my brother and I are playing, and this house is pretty big actually. Like the staircase is long to go upstairs, the staircase is long to go into the basement. And so we happen to be in the backyard, and we're playing, and then my grandfather, like my brother showed me his favorite rabbit, and his favorite rabbit was called Oreo. See, not only is an Oreo a delicious cookie, but it's a great name for a rabbit because the rabbit was black and white, and it had like a black spot over its eye, and then like a white part here, and like uh, it kind of looked like the cookie in a way, because it had like a white middle here and like black here. Oreo. He called him Oreo. That was his favorite rabbit, and so one day my grandfather comes to him and he says, "Pick a rabbit, any rabbit out of all the rabbits he has." And this is where the magic show begins, because then my brother, he picked Oreo, and just to be honest, I had a bad feeling about this. I was like, I have a feeling that something is going to become of Oreo. I don't know what it is, but I had a sneaking suspicion. And then later we go to play. My mom calls me, and then we go back to the rabbits after we go play around wherever we go do what my mom does. Come back to the rabbits. Oreo is gone. Where's Oreo? And so my brother's asking, and he's asking around, ask my grandfather. My grandfather's like, "Oh, don't worry about Oreo. You'll see where he is." And my brother was getting more concerned as time went, and so was I. Like kind of like I was like, "Oh, I don't know. Oreo sounds like he might just be on the menu because we did eat rabbit in that house. It was a possibility." And my brother was in shock. He was in denial. He's like, "Oh, I don't know." And so I saw my grandmother cooking as we got closer to dinner, and I'd seen a rabbit go in that pot, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's Oreo, all right." And so then I tell my brother, like, I think Oreo's getting cooked for dinner. And my brother says, "Wait, what?" And he's like getting all panicked. And my mom's like, "Oh, your brother's just pulling your leg. Don't worry about it. It's going to be fine." It was not fine, but we got to dinner, and Giacomo's sitting there. My grandfather's there. Now he has his suspicions, and I have my suspicions. And so I knew that this whole thing was about to come open. And so then my brother asked my grandfather one more time, "Where's Oreo? Where is he?" And my grandfather's like, "Here on the table." And he started crying. He was like, "No." He's like, "No, you monsters, don't eat Oreo. No, don't do it." And I was like, "Hey, can you pass me some of that rabbit? I want to see what it's about." Because that was like one of my first times eating rabbit. So, you know, as a kid, and I really wanted to taste it. And so my brother was like, "No, don't eat it." And my mom was like, "Oh, calm down." And then I finally ate some of the rabbit. I was like, "Hey, you know what though? You picked good. Oreo's delicious. He's really good." My brother was upset, but he did pick a good rabbit. And yeah, that's pretty much the story. He was traumatized. I, on the other hand, couldn't have been happier actually, because that was a really plump rabbit. I mean, Oreo was delicious. I could say that. The cookies and this rabbit, the best. This is great. And rabbit meat is so, tender and juicy, Just, it's kind of like lean, but like juicy. Like, it's good. It's good stuff. Uh, my condolences to my brother. He's upset. But what are you going to do? It's the natural order of things. Well, thank you for tuning in. If you liked the story, like the video. If you didn't, then don't, I guess. And please like and subscribe if you did like it, though. Thank you. Have a nice day.